This box has arrived today. I'm sorry about the annoying flicker from the LED lamps that I'm using. It's not visible normally, but it does show up on the camera. Anyway, a nice cardboard box. It's been made to size. This has come from Thornaby and is therefore an item that I bought from Vectis Auctions. Looks as though it's quite well packed, plenty of parcel tape around it. I have just split the parcel tape, and so what I'll do is just pull out what's in here and we'll see what the item is like. I took a bit of a risk buying this. Just to comment at this stage to bear in mind that when you bid on something at one of these auctions, not eBay, a Vectis auction, there will be a 25% buyer's premium. Fortunately, I don't win many things that I bid on, but that buyer's premium is added and you have to factor that in at the time that you're bidding. Just as sometimes on eBay you have to factor in the post and packing. The post and packing in this case, £14, same as it was for a small 00 gauge item, and this is quite a heavy item, so I feel as though I've got value for money posting and packing. And then as I get inside the inner box, the item is wrapped in bubble wrap inside the inner box, and by the feel of it, a reasonable amount of bubble wrap around there. So I can't fault the packaging at all. It has cost £14 to pack and post, and I have bought small items in the past, and compared to Hatton's £4 post and packing, that has seemed rather excessive. In fact, I have in the past driven up to Teesside to collect items, but this I think I'm getting reasonable value for money, £14. As I showed, a fair amount of bubble wrap, and then inside that just a relatively thin paper wrapping, presumably to protect the item from the bubble wrap. And here we see what's inside. Right, that's what's called an unboxing video. Thank you. Visual inspection of something that's been delivered through a carrier. It looks like this is just displaced a little bit because I can see a gap in there. Is this removable? There's a little tube joining it, and it's pivoted on screws. But that appears to be just I don't know what that is connecting it, so it pivots. Yeah, so it's spring-loaded pivoting, and that pivots up like that. Okay, now what about this bit here? I don't think that'll be hard to reseat onto the foot plate. I'll just have a look at that. It does look as though whatever's under that dome is bent over a bit. If you look at that from the front, that looks to be a bit bent over. It will have distorted the boiler, so I'm loath to move it back. I restarted the video a little bit later, not quite sure where it cut off. What I have bought is something at auction with a very brief description. Anyway, as it arrived, it looked a bit loose at the front. It's attached by this whole case is attached by a single screw at the back, and of course I've uncoupled the antenna lead, and there we are. When I said antenna lead, I had no idea whether it had RC fitted. It has radio control, There are 2 servos here and a 3-channel receiver, Futaba 14 MHz receiver with a crystal. I've no idea what frequency it's on, but my RC equipment that uses crystals is 35 MHz, I think, which is the air version. I think 14 MHz is normally surface. However, that will be replaced with a 2.4 gig receiver, and it all looks fairly complete. So having taken this off, I've just sighted down the sides, and the only thing I can see is that on this side there's a slight indentation in there, easily sorted. Otherwise that looks fine. The coal load, which just disguised the gas tank filler from the back, the dummy coal load, is broken in 2 and half is missing. The other half's probably kicking around at the auctioneer somewhere, probably. What about the rest of it? Well, obviously these things are quite a weight. Let's see if I can rest it on the frame on the other side without damaging anything. Yes, there's a battery box there for 4AA batteries. Thankfully they've not been left in place, otherwise they might have been leaking. But that's the receiver battery. It's dusty and it has a thin film of oil on it. That's not a bad sign. Dusty presumably means it's been standing around somewhere, but the thin film of oil is a good sign. And I can rest it on its side frame. The good thing is that movement seems free enough. I'm not sure if it should be pressurizing anything, and it all seems to have been kept well lubricated, so it looks as though it's been looked after reasonably well. Very minor thing is that if we look at the linkage down there on the bottom, it's just this linkage here. Not quite sure if that zooms in enough. Then it goes out of focus when it zooms in. That's no good. Then it looks like there's a bit of a bend in the link. That link's much straighter, and that link's definitely got a bend in it. However, those links don't appear to actually be part of the mechanism that controls the steam entry and exit from the cylinders in the chambers, and so everything seems to be turning over without any binding, very nice and smoothly, and there's a film of oil over things suggesting that it has been kept well lubricated. So overall, apart from the fact that there's some minor cosmetic bending of the non-functional operating lever to the 2 sand boxes, I believe these are sand boxes on top, so those are sand pipes, and the distortion of the cylinder, which there will be because the filler and safety valve has been bent over towards the camera. As we look at it from there, it's been bent this way. Who knows when that happened? But apart from the other thing, looking down the chimney, there appears to be only one pipe at the top end, which may mean that there's a Summerlands chuffer in there fitted. Not going to show up on the camera, even with that. Yes, so you can just about see a pipe down the chimney there. So it looks like it may have been fitted with the Summerlands chuffer, and it is the RC version of the Roundhouse Argyll locomotive. That then is the quick look at it as it has arrived before any other action is taken to see if there's anything. Oh, I have moved the servos in between the two bits of film, and it would appear that the servos, there's no tightness on the linkage for the servos. I'm not sure about moving that one again. It might be the position that the this is in makes it difficult for that servo to move, but it has moved. I don't want to force it.